Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Quick look here again at Cardano. This is phenomenal news, folks. We got to break through this recent resistance range here with that when we had range-bound activity. So we had our descending trend, range-bound activity, and now we have our likely breakout to the upside. So there's a very, very solid chance we'll see this price continue. We're going to double check some things to make sure, but with Bitcoin staying above 70,000, likely today or future reference, hopefully it stays above 60K, probably a better way to put it, we're going to be in pretty good shape. If Bitcoin does pull back to the upper 69 range, I think we'll have a solid chance of a retest this more recent high. We'll talk about that and much more. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Love teaching people to trade. I hope you can learn something today. And obviously, you want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is the site, link down below. Got a lot of new members coming over. Please make sure, if you do, there is, of course, a limit of how many members we can have, but generally speaking, you come on over, make sure you read through our signals guide, ensure that you know the difference between my day trades and my swing trades. Swing trades have been very profitable here recently. Take a look, Matic, nice little 22% in 2 days there. We took that trade on Saturday. Solana, we took a nice trade there as well, 42% in 3 days from, I think that was Thursday/Friday we got in there. Again, a lot of that was trading on confirmation at the time, while we had some slight invalidations over the weekend. It was kind of it was one of those manipulative weekends, for lack of better terms. They just had a lot of candlestick hunts, or more so liquidation hunts. It was pretty nasty. Anyways, since recovered, obviously we're at 70K or higher. So what does that mean for us here? Do we just go hard with long positions? Generally, yes, but not quite. I think I guess the best way to describe it is no, but we still want to remain positive and cognizant that we've broken through some key level resistances for Bitcoin. Please watch my Bitcoin video if you're not familiar with that. But right here to focus on Cardano, sorry, I got a little derailed there. 65 cents was that heavy concentration liquidation. I talked about this on Saturday being an important level to get through. Now that we're above that, that's going to be working as a new support level. Okay, so 66 to 65 cents, we have some support in that range. And again, keep in mind, support levels aren't based on liquidation. It's just that people put their liquidation levels, or stop losses, however you want to put it, at these key levels. And those are commonly referred to as support or resistances. Okay, so if we look here, we got 64 cents, and then once again, 65 cents was that heavy concentration liquidation, just got swept right there. Most liquidation levels occur just above recent wicks. Okay? So hypothetically, we're getting new liquidation levels right here at this point at about 67 cents. Okay? So just keep that in mind. All right. So where are we at right now? Well, the price is pulling back a little bit, but we can see Bitcoin starting to stabilize here. Generally, you don't want to try to buy the top here, but Cardano is late to the party. Okay, in other words, it basically came back down to retest this level here, consolidated for a while, and then took off. Most coins took off with Bitcoin. Cardano kind of slowly increased with it here today. Okay, now that's a good sign to me personally, because it shows more strength at this level. We got a lot of volume at 63.5, 64 cents. And I think that's an important level for us in the big picture. Let's look at the big picture and understand here where we're at, because we got to recognize too, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We've got some key level resistances above us, such as a 20-day SMA. Not really a massive resistance level in most cases. Generally speaking, that level is just kind of letting us know we're on the right or the wrong side of the tracks. Having said that, we're on the wrong side of the tracks, quote unquote, and the reason why that's relevant is we just need to understand that the price action has propensity and strong potential to continue higher. But at this point, this exact level right now, we need to know that 69 cents could pose a resistance. 0.5 fib level almost exactly at 69 cents, letting us know that that is somewhat of resistance. So just want to be mindful. That's an area, a point of contention. So if you're going to consider taking a long to that level, consider taking profits just before 69, maybe 68.5 cents, right? That's generally the concept of how I structure my trades. I take profit just before key level fibs and or right around concentration of liquidation. Having said that, let's take a look here. This is a longer, bigger picture rather. If we take a look at this big picture, we'll note that there's a lot of volume support right in this range here at about 62 cents. I've talked about that previously being a very strong support level. So hypothetically, you take a long position now, you average into a position, and if it comes down, you're going to have some success there because the likelihood of the price bouncing off 62 cents is fairly high. Now, is it an exact bounce? No, we'll probably get a wick all the way down here if it happens. Just saying in general, that's the concept. 62 cents will hold until it doesn't. And that's that point of control, an area we want to focus on, understand that it's important for us to stay above that, and we are. Okay? Having said that, MACD is trying to converge but hasn't yet. Stochastic RSI swinging up roughly for the second time here. That carries more weight than the first. RSI right at 50, which is generally construed as a resistance, but not necessarily considered as a bearish sign. Okay, we're right there in that middle. We're in that transition. We're about to break bullish, but we haven't yet. Okay, money flow index is still maintaining itself. However, we can see the volume is generally low overall in the last couple of weeks. However, When we look at the 4-hour time frame, most coins are exhibiting the same behavior. We see money flow index very high. It means money is flowing into the coin, less likely to drop like a rock. Okay, so high MFI does imply sustainability. If we take a look at its history, right, price action when the MFI is highish, we can see the price sustaining itself. Now that's a terrible example because it dropped after that, but once more, it's actually probably a good example because it shows when MFI drops, the price does with it. Okay, so right now we have high MFI. If the price action stays where it's at, and then there's a good chance we're going to be able to see that the price goes sideways or up if we get the consistency in price action. In other words, people keep adding money to this coin right as it's selling. The indicators are cooling off, and then at that point, we get that nice little pivot or that bounce. So what we're looking for here is, in a perfect world, the price action goes sideways, RSI kind of tapers off here, and that's when we consider a heavy position. Boom, price takes off, money flow index remains the same, we're in good shape to see the price continue higher. Either way you look at it, there's some signs of overextension here, but it's not massive, it's not crazy. This is a very constant or consistent pattern in trading where you establish higher lows leading into a resistance level, coincidentally 0.382 fib level at 66.1, or sorry, yeah, 66.1 cents. We can essentially understand that that's a key level resistance, but likelihood of the price going up higher. Hypothetically, the price could pull back to bounce off the cloud and or this ascending trend line, but either scenario is still bullish and a positive contributing factor in the overall sense of the price going up. Now, is the Cardano going to explode from here? Probably not. It'll come up to 69 cents and likely reject, but that's a good 4 or 5% away. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good targets to shoot for. I got the question in my community recently, like, how do I set up my take profit targets? I would say, generally speaking, I like to get somewhere in the range of 20 to 30% profit on a trade. Okay? That's my take profit target one. And then that's based on 5x leverage in most cases. So what that really just means is I look for 3, 4, or 5% movements in the market to get in and get out. Generally speaking, with a swing trade, I'll hold them for longer, but my first target is going to be at that range. Coincidentally, right here, this little movement here from current price action to more recent resistance at 0.5 fib at 69 cents is right in my sweet spot of 4.2. So I'm going to consider taking profits at 6.8, 6.85 or 68.5 rather, 68.4, somewhere in that range, just below that level. Again, that's a consideration for long, just kind of throwing it out there. Looking at Ichimoku Cloud, we can confirm here as well. All good lights, all green lights rather, which are good lights, letting us know we have no consideration to short this coin at all. Okay. Now, just because I say don't take a short doesn't mean you just go hard and heavy with the long, but it does imply we're in good shape here. We had a nice consolidative effort there at 64 cents. We've since swept this upper level of liquidity, and there's more shorts entering the market. I'm going to be willing to guess that there's some liquidity above the price action right now because shorts are shorts, and some people are just addicted to trading, right? And don't get me wrong, I do this all the time. It's my full-time job. But there's some people that just insist on shorting every single possible opportunity. And it's crazy to me because there's so much more inherent risk taking a short than a long. So I'd much rather wait for a long that doesn't happen than shorting into one that may never hit its target. Or shorting into a coin that is bullish, which we've confirmed in every single time frame, and the price is more likely to increase than decrease. All right, I think you get the point. Cardano's going places, and I think in this situation here, good consideration for entries would be here. Oops, let me go ahead and do that again. Roughly where we're at here at about 66, perhaps even 65. I would say my second target would be somewhere in the range of 64. So hypothetically, the price pulls back. We're more likely to bounce off that ascending trend line and or this more recent resistance turn support. Furthermore, too, the 4-hour, I kind of forgot to touch on this here, but we can see that we're above the important moving averages, letting us know that we're on the right side of tracks, but we haven't broken bullish yet, right? So we got these moving averages kind of working against us. Until we break up above 69 cents, I think we're going to have some kind of tumultuous up and down behavior. Once again, if pending Bitcoin doesn't drop super hard, we should see Cardano continue to move forward because it's nowhere close to being overextended. It's in a really good place, and I think it's more likely to increase than decrease. Statistical probabilities, folks, that's what we go off of. Again, that's half the battle. The other half is a good risk tolerance. So I'd recommend joining my trading community if you haven't already. We got really good traders that have really good risk tolerance. And the reason why it's important to do that is to surround yourself with positive and just really like-minded individuals. Me personally, something like this, I would use low risk, low position size and make sure that I'm not breaking the bank. Okay? I have consistent growth in my portfolio because I don't go too crazy at any given time. Well, I'm not going to make $1 million this year on trading. I can assure you, I'll get close to that with slow, consistent growth. All right, just some friendly advice. Make sure you also reference Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, link down below for $5,500 in benefit rewards. We use them because there's no KYC or VPN required, so highly recommend them. It's our exchange of our community, and they've just been very good to us. Thank you so much, Bitunix, for awesome opportunities. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.